I'm not the first person to ever lose a child to violence, and I'm certainly not going to be the last, unfortunately. So I knew it was survivable. I was one of those white people who for many years thought that everything was solved back in 1965. Well, it wasn't.
As the chaos of the Unite the Right rally unfolded in Charlottesville, Virginia last year, counter-protesters took to the streets. Among that crowd was Heather Heyer. Heyer was killed as a car barreled down what is now known as Heather Heyer Way in downtown Charlottesville. Susan Bro lost her daughter that day. Has your life taken up a new purpose since last year?
Oh, absolutely. I was a government secretary working for state government, state and county government, and just basically a grandmother of 8 looking forward to retirement. I had political opinions, but nobody cared to hear them, and as a government employee, I didn't share them. Only 15 days ago, my daughter Heather was killed as she protested racism. Not only have I become more outspoken because I can, but also people actually ask. I'd still trade it all for Heather back, but yeah, life has definitely changed. My child's famous Facebook post was, "If you're not outraged, you're not paying attention."
Susan Bro left the shadows of private life for good when she delivered a powerful and eloquent speech at her daughter's funeral last year.
"They tried to kill my child to shut her up. Well, guess what? You just magnified her."
One of the things that really stuck out to me was how strong you were at the funeral proceedings last year. How did you sort of push through for that moment?
I knew I had one chance to introduce my daughter to the public, and she had become a public figure through no fault of her own. It was very important to me to set the proper tone, though, not let's go out and kill a bunch of people, not let's all forgive and love everybody. Neither one of those rang true to me. Yeah. Finding that middle path of acknowledging, yes, I am very angry that you took away my child, but also let's see what we can do good beyond this. So welcome to the Heather Heyer Foundation office.
All right.
International headquarters here.
That goodwill has manifested into the Heather Heyer Foundation. After raising $250,000 for Heather Heyer's funeral in less than 24 hours, Susan Bro decided she needed to do more.
A lot of rage and anger in the beginning, but I pushed myself really hard to deal with the foundation, getting it rolling, practical matters like let's develop the letterhead, let's develop the receipt system. I still don't have the newsletter system quite worked out yet, but yeah, I was really absorbed in that, and that kind of got me through.
This incident took place. To my understanding, I'm one of the first people that Susan called. My wife, my daughter, we didn't think twice of it. We hopped in the car, we got straight to the hospital, and we were all in at that point.
Alfred Wilson co-founded the Heather Heyer Foundation with Susan Bro. He hired Heather Heyer 6 years ago to be a paralegal at Miller Law Group in Charlottesville.
A lot of times people will ask me, what made you want to hire Heather to come work there? What made you want to take that chance? Because as Heather sat there and pointed out to me, she reminded me, Alfred, I've never worked in an office. I'm not all that computer savvy, but she knew people. Having her here to me was like truly a breath of fresh air.
She wrote on the top, because it's so typical of her. She was all about being silly.
The foundation, much like Heather Heyer, wants to promote social activism, and it's starting with students.
I think I would sum up everything that we're doing in the idea that we're trying to educate and empower the next generation of social justice advocates and warriors. People say, well, my family never owned slaves. I often said that. That's not the point anymore. White privilege affects all of us. The schools we grew up in, the neighborhoods we get, the housing loans we could get, the business loans we could get.
The foundation's first round of scholarships went to 3 students who sent in essays this past March. Roe and Wilson say they want to award another scholarship to a non-traditional graduate student, someone like Heather, who has a passion for social justice and may want to go back to school to pursue it.
Everybody can make a difference. Heather wanted to educate not only me, but anyone that was around her.
I don't see it as being a crusader for others. I see it as being a crusader for humankind. Anytime anybody is marginalized, we all are. Humanity cannot tolerate these things. I tell people I got a really nasty, rotten bunch of lemons and I'm trying to make lemon bread, lemonade, lemon cake.
Running down the list.
Yeah, anything I can squeeze out of those lemons, because I refuse to let my daughter's death be in vain. I just simply refuse.